half and ran it right down our throat. And that stretch in the first half, but that's who we are. We are consistently inconsistent sometimes. But that's the nature. Each team is so different. Every personality of teams is different. So we need to certainly tighten up our defensive play. I thought we did well in stretches, but there were other times where we've got to get better at it.
Coach, you held Galloway to 4 of 15 from the field. What was your defensive strategy coming in on him?
Try to bother him as much as possible. I thought he went by us a number of times, especially in that first half. We were on our heels, but he can do that to you. He can kind of stand you up defensively and go right by you. I thought he really played well in stretches tonight. He had some open looks. He just didn't make.
Can you talk about how Elliot's game has progressed over 4 years? What it means to you to see him produce like that on this kind of stage?
Well, I mean, he's as I've said hundreds of times, there's no better kid that I've ever had a chance to coach. And the reality is, if we're going to be a good offensive team, he's going to get mid-range jump shots. That's just the way people are going to guard him. And tonight, he stepped up, and I don't know how many he made. I know he made at least 3 in a row, if not 4. And they just were huge shots for us. It was getting to 9 or 10, and then he, again, let us have a little bit of a cushion. He also did a great job offensive rebounding the ball. He had a couple of tip-ins that were just terrific for us when we were struggling a little bit to score points. I'm going to miss him greatly, not only as a player but as a human being when he finally leaves Temple.
What's the second Big 5 title run for you guys?
I think any time that you can be a part of a championship or co-championship in this city is really important, and I think that's the nicest thing that happened to us tonight. Obviously, we win another league game, but we also got a share of a title that is very meaningful to all of the people who have followed the Big Five for so many years. And I compliment John in so many ways where he's really pushed that this year and saying, you know what, if you can be the best team in the city of Philadelphia, you've got a chance to have a tremendous basketball season. And they obviously have. They've had a great year, and we were fortunate to score a few more points than them tonight.
Can you describe what it's like coaching a team that on some nights can look really good, and then on other nights can look really maddeningly? Yeah,
I can. I'm not sure it would be repeatable or printable or videoable. So it gets frustrating at times. But again, no one is perfect, and none of us have all of the answers. And I've been asked that question, what is it about this, and how can you do this? I have plenty of I don't know as an answer for a lot of things. I don't know why we do some of the things that we do, but off of a performance like tonight, for the most part, I thought we were a good basketball team, and we didn't get out of character too much. And I think sometimes that's what happens to us. We sometimes think we're great drivers to the rim when we're better jump shooters. We think that we're better jump shooters when we should be taking the ball to the rim and making a play. But and certainly the one constant that all good teams have is being a really good defensive basketball team. We're still working at that. We need still a lot of work to go here. We have 5 games left and a tremendous challenge for ourselves on Sunday. So Charlotte will be ready. We need to be more ready.
Along those lines, I mean, you still have, like you said, 5 games left in the A-10 tournament, but a week ago at this time, this had a chance after that Duquesne loss. It kind of could have spun one way or another. 2 nights later, you go and get a big road win, and then tonight, I know there's still time left, but what's changed in that week? Because it could have gone one way, and you guys kind of pulled it back and got control of the season a little bit.
Well, I think if there's one characteristic of this team, and we are inconsistent, and that's troubling. But there's another characteristic that there is no quit in these guys. We've been in every game that we needed to be in. We've come up a little short on occasion, but we've played some really good teams. We've battled them hard, and there is no quit. So there's a resiliency that I think is also attributable to some of the seniors in our program that really do a good job of stepping up at the right time.
You've had a lot of consistent teams, but there's charms about certain teams like this too, because they're mercurial and they're fun to coach, but they're frustrating. Have you ever had a team like this?
Yeah, I'm not so sure that charm was in my lexicon at this point. They are frustrating, but I like the individuals. Sometimes I'm not all that thrilled with how we play as a team, and it is frustrating. But again, sometimes you don't have a chance to pick and choose. You don't say, okay, well, let's get more consistent and it works. That's not how it rolls here. You have to live with who you have and how you're playing, and hopefully you can survive and move on. And we survived tonight, we're gonna move on to something.
Do you see that as intrinsic to their individual personalities? They are who they are, and you can't change them, or what do you think?
No, I don't. I think it's just one of those interesting things about teams. Sometimes the individuals are as good as you can get, and then but the personality of the team is a little bit frustrating and fractured. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but just they're all over the place sometimes, and they get out of character. But at this point, I'm hoping that we are seeing the light, and we're understanding how good we can be, but we have to be focused every single minute, every single possession.
One last note, this is the 152nd win under Coach Dunphy at Temple. That's now the 4th winningest coach in Temple history. That's Don Casey tonight. So, any more questions?
Thank you very much.
Congrats. I had to get that.